I was like, yeah, guys, I was kind of honestly disappointed that we couldn't do it right before Christmas, but there's still something really valuable in this message and in this story and this experience that I believe God has for us even now in the middle of January. So I hope you guys are blessed by that. I have a couple of announcements. First of all, we would really like to not have to close the school again. And so we are wearing masks. The people that are on stage will often not be wearing masks so that they can be heard. But we're trying to do our best to keep everyone safe. So thank you guys for helping us as well by wearing your masks. At the end, we are having a reception in the back. So I just ask that be sensitive as you're eating and mingling, that you just still keep a good distance. And so thank you guys for helping us out with that. Restrooms, there are some restrooms in this hallway over here, and there's also some restrooms downstairs. This play is a little over an hour, and we're not taking an intermission if that helps you. If you do need to slip out for some reason, please do so quietly. I'd like to ask that you silence all of your cell phones. We are live streaming this event, so we are recording it. People can go back and watch it. And we have some people taking pictures tonight. So you are allowed to use your phone to take a picture if you really need to. But I would ask that you please be really sensitive to people around you because the screens are really bright when we put them up to people behind us. So if you need to take one really quick, you can take a picture, but let's not keep our phones up and stuff like that, just so other people can have an undistracted view of the show. At the very end, those of you that have kids in their performance, we will be doing a group photo up here. Please allow our photographer to give us instructions and have the main place, and then we can try to get that photo out to you guys. After that, the kids were going to have a little bit of our own little party downstairs while some of our secondary helpers are cleaning up. So just know if you have a student, my goal is that they would be done here around 8:30ish with our little party downstairs. So I was thinking about this and just wanted to share why that this play is actually kind of significant for a few reasons. So I was thinking about it and I realized this is actually the first play that we've done at CRICS since I've been here. In case you guys didn't know, I tend to really like music, and so I tend to go more towards musicals, but I thought it was time that we did a play. The kids were really wanting one, and so this is the first play in the last 7 years that we have done. We do throw a little bit of music in at the end, but for the most part, it's just a play. It's the first time, if you notice, we have a lovely new curtain that is awesome. We've been wanting something like that for a while. And the first time we did a rehearsal with the curtain up there, I'm just like, oh, wow, that just looks so good. It's just so good. I just love it. This is the first time we have had adults audition for production. And so this is actually a multi-generational show. We have adults that have really big parts in it, and you'll see lots of people that you recognize. And I'm just super thankful that we were able to do that for this performance. And this is the first time we've had mostly students just running the show. So I'm going to be sitting down here, but I hopefully am not going to be doing much. We have students running the lights and the sound, and we have probably about 6 or 7 or 8 students backstage that are helping get all of the students ready, getting them in their places, helping with props, being stage manager, assistant director, all of those things. And so that's been kind of like a dream of mine just over the last several years, to be able to have students that were passionate about being on crew and being involved in that, being trained in that. And so So I'm just like super proud of them and all their hard work. So can we just give them a hand for... And finally, I would like to open us in a word of prayer. And after I pray, I will have you guys stand for the King's Anthem, and we will do the King's Anthem. And then when the King's Anthem is over, we can sit back down and we will begin. So, Father God, I thank you that we are able to be here tonight. I thank you that despite all of the hurdles it took to get here, that we are able to be here. I just pray over this evening. I pray just abundant health and safety and protection over everyone here. I ask for the students, God, that are performing, and the adults. Just pray that they would have so much joy and peace as they're performing. And we want to worship you and honor you with what we're doing here in this place. So we just invite you, God, to just be a part of what we're doing. We ask that your name would be honored and glorified, whether we are laughing or crying, God, that we would just be aware of your presence among us. In Jesus' name, amen. Please rise for the time or the King's Anthem.
Are the worst kids in the whole history of the world. They lied and stole and smoked cigars, even girls, and talked dirty and cussed their teachers and took the name of the Lord in vain and set fire to Fred Shoemaker's old broken down schoolhouse. There were 6 of them. Ralph, Emoji, Leroy, Claude, Ollie, music that strip your bones clean. They went around town the same way, stealing things and tearing things up and whamming kids, so it was hard to get away from them. There was only one safe place. Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, because there are no hurts there, and Jesus loves us as they say, because he keeps them miles away. That's my little brother, Charlie. That's what he said when the Sunday school teacher asked what was his favorite thing about church. Charlie said no hurtmans. That made the teacher mad because all the other kids said nice things about God and Jesus and good feelings. But old Charlie told the real truth. No hurtmans. I don't care what everybody else said. All that other stuff is okay. But the main good thing about church is that the herders aren't there. Ever.
That's not a very Christian sentiment, it seems to me.
Well, it's a very practical sentiment. Charlie was black and blue all last year because he had to sit next to Leroy Hardman in school.
Is he the worst one? Leroy?
You're all the worst one. Rats the biggest, so what gets you? That doesn't make any difference. Gladys may not be big, but she's fast and mean and bites.
Oh, sorry I asked. Just stay away from all of them.
That's what I said. Stay away from them. Go to church.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Why?
No arguments this year about being in the Christmas pageant.
I don't want to be a shepherd again.
Well, ask Miss Armstrong if you can be a wise man.
I don't want to be in it.
Everyone's in it. Just think how I'd feel on Christmas Eve if my own kids weren't in the pageant. Think how your father would feel. You'd feel terrible, wouldn't you, Bob?
I wasn't planning on going. I mean, you know how crowded it always is. They could use my seat, and I could just stay home, relax, put on my bathrobe. There's never anything different about the Christmas pageant anyway.
Well, there's going to be something different this year.
What?
Charlie's going to wear your bathrobe.
You just thought that up, Grace.
Why don't you be Joseph? Our Hoskins will be $1 to be Joseph. We're sick of being Joseph all the time. Just because his father's the minister, nobody wants to be Joseph. Nobody wants to be in it.
What are you going to manage?
I'm always in the angel choir.
Why can't Charlie get in the angel choir?
Because I can't sing.
Well, it's not a serious drawback to me. It always sounds like winning the manger is a closet full of mice.
Where in the angel choir anyway? Bed sheets. Oh boy, some choice. A bathrobe or a bed sheet. Come on, let's go play.
You know, Miss Armstrong works very hard to make sure everyone has a lovely experience.
Oh, Mom, Mrs. Armstrong just likes to run things.
Oh, she's right, of course. Helen Armstrong is chairman of the bazaar. She runs the pageant. She runs the potluck supper. I think Helen Armstrong would preach the sermon if anyone would let her.
Is that George Armstrong's wife?
Yes.
Or maybe she'll try to run the hospital because that's where she is. Yeah, I saw George this morning at the drugstore, and he told me his wife broke the leg. She's going to be in traction for 2 weeks, and she'll be laid up till the end of the year.
The end of the year? Why, they'll have to cancel Christmas.
She's in charge of Christmas?
Well, she's in charge of the pageant, and she's in charge of the bazaar. Oh, I feel sorry for Helen, but who's going to do all of those things?
Yes, and I will take over the bazaar if you'll handle the potluck supper. I don't know what in the world we'll do about the pageant. What about Grace?
I just can't, Edna. I have company all of Christmas week. What about Grace? How about Grace?
Hello? Grace?
Bob,
Yeah?
I have to direct the Christmas pageant.
Oh. Grace, does that mean that I have to go?
Our Christmas pageant isn't what you call four-star entertainment. Mrs. Armstrong breaking her leg was the only unexpected thing that ever happened to it. It's always the same old Christmas story, and the same old carols, and the same old Mary and Joseph, and that's what my mother is stuck with. That and Mrs. Armstrong.
Tell you again, Grace, how important it is to give everybody a chance. Here's what I do. I always start with Mary, because Mary was the mother of Jesus. And I tell them, we must choose our Mary carefully.
Yes, I know that.
Yes, and then I tell them about Joseph, that he was God's choice to be Jesus' father. That's how I explain that one. Frankly, I don't ever spend very much time on Joseph, because it's always Elmer Hopkins, and he knows all about Mary and Joseph.
I thought Mrs. Armstrong was a tractor. How can you talk on the phone as she's a traction?
What do you think attraction is?
Like, when they put you to sleep?
No such luck. Actually, we're going to need salt and pepper, dog. And napkins?
But I do tell them about the wise men and about the shepherds and about how important they are. And I tell them there are no small parts, only small actors. Remind the angel choir not to stare at the audience. And don't let them wear clunky shoes or high heels. And don't let them wear earrings and things like that. Oh, I hope you don't have too many baby angels, Grace, because they'll be your biggest problem.
Charlie, you will save some for the rest of us, won't you?
I'm hungry. If you're hungry, stole my lunch again.
How can you let him do that to you? Day after day.
How can I stop it? Where's the chicken?
Grace, where's the chicken?
It's still in the oven.
I'll get it.
And you'll have to find someone to push the baby angels on stage, because otherwise they get in each other's ways and their wings get bent. Bob could do that, and he could keep an eye on the shepherds too. Oh, and one more thing about the angel choir. Don't let them wear lipstick. They think because it's a play
Oh, there's someone at the door. I've got to go.
that they can wear lipstick, but it looks terrible, so tell them.
I've got to go, Helen. I'll talk to you later. Coming. Oh,
Lady, can you please give me something to eat? I haven't had a square meal in 3 days.
for heaven's sakes, it's you.
I was quite lonely at the table.
Oh, sounds like Helen's pretty lonely at the hospital.
Not as long as the phones are working.
I'll bet you told you about no small parts, only small actors.
To get someone to shove a baby angels on and make the shepherds shut up.
Yes, she suggested your father.
Does that mean I have to go?
Oh, and Grace, one more thing. Don't just use anybody's baby for Jesus. Get a quiet one. Better yet, get two if you can, and then if one turns out to be fussy, you can always switch them.
big problems, and there weren't going to be any. But of course, Mother didn't count on the herdmans. That was Charlie's fault.
Hero, you give me back my lunch.
Sure, kid, here.
Stole my dessert again.
How do you know?
Because it didn't appear.
What was it?
2 Twinkies.
That's right, that's what it was.
Hey, Leroy, you think it's so great to steal my dessert every day? And you know what? I don't care if you steal my dessert. I'll even give you my dessert. I get all the dessert I want in Sunday school.
Oh yeah? What kinds?
All kinds. Chocolate cakes and candy bars and Twinkies and big wheels. We get refreshments all the time. All we want.
You're a liar.
A chocolate cake and candy bar and donuts and cake.
Who gives it to you?
The minister?
Why? Crazy?
No, I think he's rich.
Sunday school, huh? That was the wrong thing to tell the herdmans. And sure enough, the very next Sunday, there they were in Sunday school, just in time to hear about the Christmas pageant. What's a pageant?
It's like a play.
Like on TV? What's it about?
And it's about Jesus.
Everything here is.
Oh, and it's about Mary. Mostly it's about Mary.
Who's Mary?
I am. Well, probably am. I'm with her.
Come on now. That's Beth, Charlie. You and David, come. Bring it in. Now, this won't take very long if you all settle down. Okay. Now, today, we are going to decide who will play the main roles in our Christmas pageant. But of course, everyone will have an important part to play. After all, you know what Miss Armstrong always says, there are no small parts, only small actors. Isn't that what Miss Armstrong always says?
That's what she always says, but she never says what it means.
Oh, don't you know what it means?
You know what it means? It means the short kids have to be in the front row of the angel choir, or else nobody can see them.
Well, not exactly. What it really means is that the littlest baby angel is just as important as Mary.
Oh, I don't think anyone just has to support us, Mary. Well, naturally, that's what you think, Alice. I think Jesus is more important.
I think the short kids still have to be in the front row.
Girls, everyone is important. Mary, Jesus, and the short kids. Now, is everyone here? Beverly, will you just step out in the hall and make sure no one else is coming? All right. Now, you littlest kids will be our angels. So please remind your mothers that you'll need bed sheets. People in the angel choir will need bed sheets too. And if anyone has any bathrobes, let's make room there for the herdmans. Oh, we don't want that. Okay, now, what happened to Beverly?
I think she went home. I think she got sick.
Oh, did she say she was sick?
She just left. All I knew is I just said, "Hi, Beverly," and she just left.
Well, will someone please remind Beverly about the rehearsals? Every Wednesday after school at 6:30.
What if we get sick?
Oh, you won't get sick. Now, plan to be here for every rehearsal, and Mary and Joseph must absolutely be here for every rehearsal.
What if they get sick?
They won't get sick either, Elmer.
Well, Beverly got sick already and we hadn't even started yet.
Well, we don't know Beverly was sick. Now, I want you to all about Mary. We all know what kind of person Mary was. She was quiet and gentle and kind. And the girl who plays Mary should try to be that kind of person. Now, who would like to volunteer for that? Imogen, did you have a question?
No, I want to be Mary. Ralph over there, he wants to be Joseph. Yeah, right.
Oh, well, we'll just make a list of volunteers and then we'll decide who it's going to be. Ralph Herdman. Okay, so Ralph has volunteered to be Joseph. Who else would like to volunteer? Elmer, do you raise your hand?
No.
All right. Anyone else? Any volunteers? Any of you shepherds? No. Okay. Ralph Herdman will be our Joseph. Okay. Now, Imogen has volunteered to be Mary. Who else can I add to my list of volunteers? Janet? Roberta? Alice? Don't you want to volunteer?
No, I don't want to. I'll be Mary. Shut up, Gladys. I'm already married. You be the wise man.
Oh, well, the wise men are typically boys. Of course, they don't have to be.
I'll be a wise man.
Oh.
What's a wise man? Just raise your hand. What's one to be? Some angel. I'll be that. What is it?
Oh, it's the angel of the Lord who brings the good news to the shepherds. Any volunteers? The shepherds? Oh, we have some.
No, I just wanted to say, we're going to Philadelphia.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so before?
Sorry, I just remembered. My mother doesn't want me to be a shepherd.
Why not?
I don't know, she just said don't be a shepherd.
I'm not going to be a shepherd.
Oh, yes, you are. Now, what's the matter with all of you?
I want to be a shepherd. I've heard that it's too hard.
Well, Gladys isn't going to hit anybody. She just comes to the shepherds in the fields and tells them that Jesus is born.
And hits them.
Now that's enough. I don't want to hear another word about it. No shepherds may quit or get sick. Now, that's all for today. Make sure that you're here for rehearsals at 6:30 on Wednesday. That's all. You can go. Oh, Alice. What's the matter with you? Why in the world didn't you raise your hand?
I don't know.
Alice, I was counting on you to volunteer.
Mrs. Bradley, get Gladys off of me.
Don't you want to be married?
Mrs. Bradley.
Oh, come on, Alice.
No, I would dare raise my hand. Imogen would have killed me. She told me if you dare open your mouth or raise your hand, you'll wish you didn't. And I said, but I'm always there in the Christmas pageants. And she said, well, go ahead then. And next spring, when the pussy willows come out, I'll stick the pussy willow so far down your ear that nobody can reach it. And it will sprout there and grow and grow and grow. And it will spend the rest of your life with the pussy willows sticking out of your ear.
You know she wouldn't do that.
She would too. Grandma's will do anything. You just watch. You'll do something terrible, and you'll ruin the whole pageant. And it's all your mother's fault.
Jane? Anna McCarthy, did you hear about that? Well, it must be Grace's fault somehow. How else would all 6 of them end up in the Christmas pageant when they ought to be in jail?
Vera, Irma Slocum, I just heard that Imogen Herdman is going to play Mary in the Christmas pageant, and is that a fact? All 6 of them. Vera, I live next door to that outfit, and I would rather live next door to a zoo. Has Grace gone crazy?
they come from? Who let them in? Imogene Herdman? What kind of a child is that to play Mary, the mother of Jesus? Where was Reverend Hopkins, I'd like to know? He was what? Visiting shut-ins? While I was shut in, and he wasn't visiting me.
I suggested that they hand out programs at the door, but Grace said that we don't do programs at the Christmas pageant. Better nail down the church and hide the collection plates before they clean them out.
What is the matter with Grace? Couldn't she have sent them away? Told them to go home? Oh, I feel responsible. If I had been up and around, this never would have happened.
If I had been around, this never would have happened. Well, let me tell you.
Don't tell me, I'm on your side. And the colors are good.
Helen Armstrong is not the only woman alive to run a Christmas pageant. I made up my mind to do the best I could under the circumstances, but now I'm going to have to make this the best Christmas pageant ever. And I'm going to do it with the Herdmans. After all, they raised their hands and nobody else did. And I don't care.
No. Listen, Grace, good for you. The colors are good.
And you're going to help me.
Does that mean...
You have to go. Over here off stage, and the shepherds will come in and gather around the manger.
Where did all the shepherds come from anyway?
What's an inn?
It's like a hotel where people go to spend the night.
What people? Jesus? Well, honestly, Jesus isn't even born yet. Mary and Joseph. Why? To pay their taxes. At a motel? Shut up, Molly. Everybody shut up. I want to hear. Begin at the beginning.
The beginning?
The beginning of the play. What happens first?
Oh, well, Imogen, this is the Christmas story from the Bible. Haven't you ever heard the Christmas story from the Bible?
No.
Oh, well, that's what the pageant is. I better read it to you.
Why not? They never went to church in their whole life. Their stepbrother told them they got refreshments. Now they have to waste all this time for nothing.
Here, Luke chapter 2. There went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And Joseph went up from Galilee with Mary, his wife, being great with child.
Pregnant? She was pregnant!
Yes, we all know that Mary was pregnant. And it came to pass while they were there that the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son.
I don't think it's very nice to say Mary was pregnant. Well, she was. I believe your mother should say Mary was pregnant. I think it's better to say fair to the child. I'm not supposed to talk about people being pregnant, especially in church.
And they wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn.
What? They didn't have room for Jesus?
Well, they didn't know that the baby was going to be Jesus.
Didn't Mary know?
a feeding trough in the barn. Because, they didn't have any beds in the barn. So they had to use something else. What would you do if you had a baby and you didn't have a bed to put the baby in?
We put Gladys in a rear drawer.
Well, there you go. You didn't have a bed for Gladys, so you had to use something else.
Oh, we had a bed, only Ollie was still in it, and he didn't like Gladys. Remember how you didn't like Gladys? That was pretty smart, Ollie.
Anyway, and a manger is a feeding trough for animals.
What were the wadded up clothes?
The what?
It said in there, she wrapped them in wadded up clothes.
Oh, swaddling clothes. People used to wrap babies up nice and tight in big hot pieces of material to keep them cozy.
You mean they tied them up and put them in the feed box? Where's the child welfare? Child welfare's out of house every 5 minutes. There wasn't any child welfare in Bethlehem. I'll say there wasn't.
And the shepherds kept watch over their flocks by night, and lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, in the glory of
Shazam!
what?
Out of the black night, the horrible vengeance, the mighty marvel.
Gladys, I don't know what you were talking about.
The mighty marvel in Amazing Comics. Out of the black night, the horrible vengeance.
This is the angel of the Lord, who brings the good news to the shepherds.
Out of nowhere, right? In the black night, right?
Well, in a way.
Shazam!
Now, when Jesus was born, there came wise men from the east bearing gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh.
What's that?
Well, those are precious things, like oils and spices.
Oil? What kind of a present is oil? We got them gifts from the welfare.
Were they the child welfare, the wise men?
No, they were kings, and they were sent to Bethlehem. So from Herod, he was the main king, and well, he was wanting to put Jesus to death.
What? He just got born. They're gonna kill a baby? Who's Herod in this place?
Oh, Herod isn't in the play.
He's out to kill the baby and he isn't even in the play?
Well, somebody better be Herod. Let Charlie be Herod. And he says, go get me that baby. And they say, okay, since he is the king and all. But then, they don't do it. They go back and get Herod. Yeah. I'm not going to be Herod.
No one's going to be Herod.
No, Joseph gets the servants together, and they go wipe out Herod. Yes.
This is not how it is.
I'm gonna put one in everybody to be clean. I'm not gonna get killed.
No, forget about Herod. There is no Herod.
And I'm gonna wipe the babies in the fight over. Yeah.
No.
Somebody ought to fix an innkeeper. Gladys, you wipe out the innkeeper. I can't. I'm an angel. I would just hang around in the bar. I'd go get her real. She said there wasn't anyone. Then I'd run somebody out. Say, hey, I got this baby. It's the middle of winter. So either get out or move over. I'd go after old Herod.
I would give the angel to use her electric finger to turn him into a pile of ashes.
Yeah, Zach. What's the name of this place? She never said. Christmas Pageant. That's no name. That's what it is. I know a name. I know a name. I call it Revenge at Bethlehem. Revenge? At Bethlehem?
The herdmans thought the Christmas story came right out of the FBI files. At least they got the right villain. It was Herod they wanted to gang up on, and not the baby Jesus. But the baby Jesus quit the pageant anyways. It was supposed to be Slocum, but Mrs. Slocum said she wasn't going to let Imogen Herdman get her hands on him. So we didn't have a baby Jesus, and that bothered my mother. She kept trying to scratch him up, even at the last rehearsal. Why do you keep writing me that up? Oh, his leg is not real. Is not. It's all about the Herdmans. Imogen curses and swears all the time. Ralph talks about inappropriate things. Mrs. Bradley called Mary pregnant. Gladys Herdman drinks communion wine? It isn't wine, it's grape juice.
I don't know what it is. She drinks it. I've seen her 3 times with her mouth all purple. And they steal too. If you shake the room with it, it doesn't make a sound because they stole all the pennies out of it. And every time you go into the ladies' room, the whole air is blue. And Imogen Herdman is sitting there in the Mary costume smoking cigars.
You wrote all this down. For what?
For the mother and Reverend Hawkins and the ladies in society and anybody else wants to know what happens when the whole Christmas pageant turns out to be a big mess.
All right, everyone, let's get quiet. Beth, will you and Alice come join us so we can get started? All right, now this is our last rehearsal.
Grace, I just wanted to let you know that we are all in the kitchen making applesauce cake. We'll try not to disturb you. I guess this is your dress rehearsal?
It's supposed to be. Oh, Edna, didn't I hear that your niece had a baby about a month or so ago?
Yes, she's 5 weeks old.
And I wondered how it would be if I were to call her up.
No, Grace, let me stop you right there. I could make up some kind of excuse that she's cranky or sick or something, but truthfully, she's perfectly healthy, happy, beautiful, and we intend for her to stay that way. There's no way that we are handing her over to the likes of Imogen Herdman. Sorry, Grace.
I see. Well, oh, I didn't know you had a new baby, David. Well, thanks, but I don't think that's quite.
Mom, get us a baby.
Oh, how would you do that?
There's always 2 or 3 outside of carriages outside the supermarket. I'll get one of that.
Imogene, you can't just walk off with somebody else's baby.
Why not?
No. We'll forget about the baby and we'll use a doll.
That's better anyway. The doll can't fight you.
Oh, Imogene, Mary doesn't wear earrings, right?
I have to wear it. I got my ears pierced. But don't keep something in them. They'll grow together.
Well, what did the doctor tell you to do?
What doctor?
Oh, well, who pierced your ears?
Gladys.
I'll bet she did it with an ice pick. I will bet Imogen's ears turned black and fall off.
Well, we'll get something smaller. And is that your costume? Is that what you're going to wear? We're all supposed to be in costumes today. What is it?
I lost my halo. My rings got vented.
Okay, let me fix this.
Kid, it's not my robe.
My mother doesn't have any white shoes. Can I wear shoes with blue on it?
Well, I guess if you have nothing else to wear.
I haven't got a costume yet. I was never shuttered before.
That's to wear your father's bathrobe.
He doesn't have one yet.
Then what if they hang around the house?
His underwear?
Well, pretend you're all wearing costumes. Now, we're going to just practice the entrances. So, I need you to all go where you're going to be. All right? Maxine, will you read just the last few words for us, please?
shepherds keeping watch over their flocks by night.
Okay, music and shepherds.
And an angel of the Lord appeared to them.
Shazam!
No, Gladys.
Out of the black night.
No. Keep going, Maxine.
A multitude of the heavenly host.
Music and angels. Right, music and wise men. Very nice. Okay.
Hey, give it back!
No. Mary doesn't say anything. You don't say anything. Mary and Joseph just give us a beautiful picture so we can think about Christmas, what it means.
I don't get to say anything. Some angel tells me what to name the baby. I would have named him Belle.
Oh, what a horrible thing to say.
What angel was that? There's angels all over the place. Is that Gladys? Beats me.
So Gladys comes to the shepherds in the fields.
Yeah, until you are sounded for. Until me, not them. Me. I'm going to like a baby.
No. That just means Jesus belongs to everybody. Unto all of us a child is born.
How come they didn't let Mary name her own baby? What did the angel just walk up and say, name him Jesus?
Yes.
Oh, I know what the angel said. She said, his name shall be Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and the Prince of Peace.
Gosh, she never got a first, but we had to write all that. Say something, Mama.
No.
Hey, give it! Leroy, give it back! Leroy,
Time to go yet. 5 minutes, Maxine. 5 minutes, everyone.
We never did start over, and we never did go through the whole thing. The 5 minutes turned into 15 minutes, and Imogen Herman spent the whole time smoking cigars in the ladies' room. Then Mrs. McCarthy went to the ladies' room and saw all the smoke and called the fire department. They came right away. They cleared everybody out of the building and dragged the fire hose through the church only for a fire to put out. But the only one they found was in the kitchen. All the applesauce cake had burned up. Of course, all the ladies were mad about this, and Mrs. McCarthy was mad, and my mother was mad.
Why on earth did you call the fire department over a little smoke?
It was not a little smoke. The ladies' room was full of thick smoke.
It couldn't have been. You just got excited. And now look, we've got baby angels crying in the streets and shepherds climbing all over the firemen. And didn't you know it was just cigar smoke?
No, I did not know it was cigar smoke. I did not expect to find cigar smoke in the ladies' room in the church.
Scrutterkin's mother was mad too. And the whole Lady Aid Society was mad. And Reverend Hopkins said he didn't know what to think.
I've been on the telephone all day long. Can't make heads or tails from it. Some people say they set fire to the kitchen. Some say they set fire to the ladies' room. And Vera Wunderman says all they do is talk about underwear and swear.
Well, that was Hobie Clark talking about underwear. And they didn't set fire to anything. The only fire was in the kitchen where the applesauce cake burned up.
But the whole church is in an uproar about this. I know Jesus said, "Suffer the little children to come to me." But I'm not sure he meant the Hermans. Grace, don't you think we should cancel the pageant?
I'll bet that was Helen Armstrong's idea.
Hey, we could blame it on the fire. It'd be a great excuse.
Bet Ed McCarthy would love that.
Well, just everyone seems to think this is going to be a
Disaster? Well, they're wrong. This is going to be the best Christmas pageant we've ever had.
Grace, I just don't think anyone will show up to watch it.
I didn't think so either. Neither did Charlie. But we were wrong. On Christmas Eve, it was jam full. Everybody came to see what the Herdmans would do.
Right, well, just wait until we get the lights turned on.
I don't know what I expect to do with this thing. I can't even see where I'm going.
Well, I thought it might look like a palm tree, but I can see now that it doesn't. Oh, I don't know what we're going to do. You know, we've never once been through the entire thing, and the Herdmans still think that it's some sort of spy story. You know, this may be the first pageant in history where Joseph gets into a fight with the wise men, and Mary runs off with the baby. Where are our kids?
All the kids in the world are downstairs putting on bed sheets.
I mean, our kids.
We're here.
Oh, well, where are your costumes?
Oh, it's just gonna be awful, you know. They look like trick or treat, all dirty and fastened up together with safety pins and wearing their moldy-old sneakers. Mary and Joseph, I mean, they look like refugees.
Well, that's what they were. You know, Mary and Joseph, they were a long way from home, didn't have any place to stay. They were cold and hungry and messy.
I'm not sure about cold and hungry, but they are sure messy.
Peter, do you think that I should just...
I think you were this one. Now, I'm going to push baby angels on stage. Then I'm going to hand out shepherd's crooks, and I'm going to shove them on stage. When do I do all that?
Just follow the script.
Okay? Baby angels, shepherds, wise men. Doesn't say anything on here about where the fire engines come in.
Ha, ha, ha.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Is everyone here? Beth, I want you and Alice up front so you can help with the baby angels. All right. Well, this is it, everybody. So, in just a few moments, we're going to go off stage, and we're going to have the big show. Now, oh, Gladys, where's your halo?
I'm Catherine. Listen, I think I ought to say something besides the baby cute. Why would you get up and tear off after some baby you don't even know? I ought to tell the Miss Kisses, and I ought to tell her where he is.
No. You just say, unto you a child is born. That's all you say. All right, well, everyone, let's go off stage and try to be quiet. And everyone, good luck.
Mrs. Brownlee, actors don't say good luck. Actors say break a leg.
Yes, I know, but under the circumstances, I don't... In case you don't know, that's just a theatrical saying. It doesn't mean to break a leg, yours or anyone else's. Remember, that's supposed to be a baby. And today, anyway, it's the baby Jesus.
She brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn.
Down
in their field, keeping watch over their thoughts by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them. An angel of the Lord appeared to them. The glory of the Lord shone round about, and they were sore afraid when the angel of the Lord appeared to them.
Hey! Unto you a shout is born. It's Jesus, and he's in the barn. Go see him. Go on. He's over there. Go on.
And suddenly there was a multitude of the heavenly host singing glory to God on highest, down on earth, peace among men. When Jesus was born, there came wise men from the east, bearing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Oh
Could you believe that that was Imogene Herdman and all the rest of them? I don't know why, but I kind of think that this might have been the best Christmas pageant ever. And yeah, I think it might have been them. Could that be?
Oh, I always get weepy about the pageant. I guess it's the children and the carols and all. But you're right, this was the best one. And it should have been the worst.
There was just something different.
Well, the angel of the Lord was different.
Yes, but I kind of liked that. She had spirit. Sometimes you can't even hear what the angel of the Lord says. I need to tell Grace about this.
I just wish now I would have let them have Eugene to be the baby Jesus.
Who was the baby?
Why, it was a doll.
No, that was no doll.
Well, it did seem real.
It did seem wrong. As if it might have happened just that way. We all thought the pageant was about Jesus, but that was only part of it. It was about a new baby and his mother and father who were in a whole lot of trouble. No money, no place to stay, no doctor, nobody they knew. Then arriving from the east, like my uncle from New Jersey, some rich friends. Because of the Herdmans, it was a whole new story. Emoji birthing the baby, and the wise men bring such sensible presents. After all, you couldn't eat frankincense. And even Gladys, he's in the barn, go see him. So the shepherds wouldn't have to stumble all around the countryside. But I guess it wasn't like that for Emoji. For her, it was all wonder and mystery, as if she just caught on what Christmas was all about. When it was over, we had a party in the basement, but the Herdmans didn't stay. They didn't have any cocoa, and they didn't walk off with all the cookies. They wouldn't even take their own candy canes.
Well, that's the last one. Is anybody left downstairs?
No, everyone's gone.
I really enjoy having my back.
Well, are you going to wear that home?
Yeah, I mean, why not? I wouldn't mind being deep as a shepherd in this Christmas pageant.
Oh, yes, you would. They were so lady came up and helped me just because I was a shepherd.
Oh, it's the Herdmans from their welfare basket. Leroy Herman said it's a present, and you don't give back a present.
You were said that? It was Pageant.
You and Alice Wendell.
Oh, they're on a timer. They'll go off at midnight.
It's almost Christmas, kids. It's almost Christmas, Charlie.
And to you, a shout is born.
job. Give you one more round of applause. I just want to say again a really, really big thank you to the students that work so hard, both the younger students in their acting and our secondary students for putting in extra hours and going above and beyond just to serve backstage and love on these kids. So can we give them a round of applause again? There's also several parents that were extremely helpful just in helping with food and just various things. And so parents, thank you so much for your love and support, for coming and picking up your kids late and all those. I also want to just say a special, we have the honor of, we had a special guest with us. So Miss Jane Crouch is over here, the Bourbon's firefighters is here visiting, and we're just so blessed. Thank you for playing piano for us. And yeah, we are going to celebrate and take a group picture, and thank you all so much for coming, and I just hope that you all have a wonderful evening. There are refreshments in the back, and we'll turn the lights on, and I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you.